Stop being so boring.
Overhead.
Next question.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new camera. As you're probably telling right now, the quality of the image is a lot better. The audio should be a little bit, quite a bit better. I did some test footage on New Year's where I just sort of recorded myself very drunk, recording all my New Year's resolutions. It may get edited together at some point, but it's very, like at one point, I'm not even kidding, I went New Year's resolution 8 and I did that or something like that. I did like 6 or 7 instead of 8. And I don't know, because I remember doing it as well. I remember, like, when I sobered up, I went, why did I do that? One other thing you might notice, my hair's gone, mostly. It was getting in my way. I'm sick of having a fringe sometimes, so I've cut it ridiculously short. And then it's sort of going to stay like, I mean, it'll grow back out again now, but it'll, like, so cut it way too short. I want it to be, like, down here, but it's out of my face now, which is lovely, because I'm sick of doing the hair flip, which is fine. Like, if you want to have that, that's your prerogative. But I quite like actually being able to see things, especially when you are at work as well. Having to not tie your hair up and not constantly doing that with it and moving out of your face. It's quite a nice thing. You may also be wondering why I'm sometimes sort of looking up a little bit above you. That's purely because the screen, this thing has like a flip screen. Hold on, let me show you. You see what I mean? It's got a flip screen. So my natural tendency is to look at the flip screen instead of looking at the lens. I don't know, it's a habit I've got to break because it's something that's just going to be, I'm going to be constant like that. Like, hi guys, how are you doing? I'm looking at the reflection of, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to try and, that's one thing, if you spot it, sort of ignore it for a bit, because I'm going to try and sort of focus on the lens and not on the screen. It's purely because as well, when I used to shoot with the old camera, I didn't have the screen. So I used to look slightly to the side, you probably noticed that. So I could see what I was, like, see if I was in frame and I was in focus and what have you. So that was like a habit that I sort of got into. Whereas now I kind of trust this camera to not go out of focus, and I trust it to sort of be decent, essentially. So, topic of today's video is bass covers. They are all my babies are there, and there's another one. Oh no, they're back home, Milton Keynes. But yes, anyway, the bass covers are coming back. Now that I've got the camera, this is literally what I was waiting for, to wait until I had this, so that I could record them with the high quality and sort of do them a bit better. I'll still be sort of uploading them on the main channel, purely because that's obviously, like I said, where the music stuff's just sort of going to go now. The list that I've got so far is as follows. Okay, I'll give you the top 10 from the list. So, we have The Legacy by Black Veil Brides. Number 2, we've got Mr. Doctor Man by Palais Royale, a band that I've sort of found very recently. And, oh my god, they're up and coming, I'd say. They've not got a massive following, but they have got some good tunes, and Remington's voice is absolutely buttery smooth. If they ever come to the UK, I'm definitely going. I have to, because I'm not missing that, because they look like they're insane live. So I'll be very excited when they eventually go over here. Third one, another Black Veil Bride song, Rebel Love song, purely because I love that song. It's probably one of my favourites of theirs. And I've been wanting to cover it for a while, but I had to wait until I got this bass. Well, not specifically this exact bass, but more the fact that I could have something that I could leave in drop C, or drop C sharp, without having to change string gauges and sort of keep tweaking with tunings and intonating everything. So I was waiting until I had that. Number 4, a little bit of a like bizarre one, if it's sort of you're looking at the last 3, is Hold Back the River by James Bay. Now, I'll admit, when I first heard of James Bay, it was because our university, BIM, used to ramble on about him all the time. So I got that sort of, I don't know if you guys have ever had this, where you sort of hear something so much you can't stand it anymore. It's why I can't listen to the Beatles anymore. Not like, I can listen to them before a certain point in terms of like their popularity and like the experimental stuff. Like the early days of The Cavern, I will never stop listening to that. That's such good music. But because one of our tutors kept banging on and on about him, and it sort of ruined him for me, and I can't ever listen to him. The same thing happened with James Bay, but then I sort of took some time away and was sort of like, okay, let's actually listen to this properly. And I listened to the entirety of The Chaos and the Calm, and it's a fantastic album, and I'm very much looking forward to the second one. Okay, number 5, we've got Simple Minds' Don't You Forget About Me. Classic song from a very classic movie, the film of The Breakfast Club. Outstanding film. I feel like this is less of me just sort of telling you the covers, more giving me reviews of each song, but there we go. But yeah, Breakfast Club, amazing film, Don't You Forget About Me, classic song, and it's just one of those songs that I've wanted to cover since I saw the movie, really. Okay, number 6. I'm actually getting these numbers right now on my fingers, not in the drunk vlog that you may eventually see. Number 6 is Apocalyptic by Hailstorm. Hailstorm are incredible, and Lizzie Hale has got one of the most powerful voices I think I've heard in a long time. And there is one song that is called The Rock Show, or something like that, and there is a point in that song, every time I listen to it, it gives me fucking chills, because it's just the power in that note. It's like in one of the last choruses or something, and it's just literally the way that she says high note, but it literally goes high as anything. It's so powerful that I can't like not love it. Number 7, we've got Animal I Have Become by 3 Days Grace. Now this one is a little bit of a throwback to my very sort of like angsty teeny years, so it's just more of a one that I've wanted to do for years as well, but I've just sort of never got around to it. Again, because I'm pretty sure it's in a drop tuning, and I don't think it's drop D, I think it might be drop C, I think. So, I've got the Demonator now, I can now do that. Okay, number 8. We have got Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones, classic song. It doesn't really need much of an introduction. So yeah, that's number 8, a song that I've loved from other Rolling Stones for pretty much all of my time sort of appreciating music. Okay, number 9 is a song that I did at BIM, and I wish I'd sort of recorded the cover then, because I've mostly forgot it, but I'll have to just sort of relearn it. But it's Rosanna by Toto. That is a song that, when Toto as a band is a sort of a super group of various incredibly talented musicians. So Rosanna is an absolutely amazing song by them. And I know the meme is that Africa by Toto is the sort of the meme song, and that may get done eventually. That I'll do Rosanna, and plus Rosanna is an absolutely incredible song with a really good sort of like fill that goes into the choruses. The da 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 da. Anyway, I'm gonna stop just humming along to Rosanna now. And then number 10, I believe this is number 10. Okay, and number 10 we've got Signed, Sealed, Delivered by Stevie Wonder. Now, the song itself is a classic, but also I played it at BIM, so I wish I'd done it then as well, the same as Rosanna. But James Jamerson is a fantastic bassist. He's like, if you know sort of Motown, you know your sort of like soul of like Detroit and stuff, he's a fantastic bass player, and I wish the Funk Brothers were sort of more recognised back when they were sort of prevalent, of what a massive force they were, because they wrote some incredible songs. Most of Motown's like amazing sort of hit catalogue was written and sort of performed by them. They're incredible, and I really want to do that song as a James Jamerson cover. But there you go, there's your first 10 covers that are coming up. When they'll be coming up, they'll just sort of happen. I'm not going to try and stick to a schedule. I'm awful with schedules in terms of videos, hence these vlogs are just going to be sort of very random and in between and just sort of in the middle of nowhere. But then the bass covers as well will be sort of a similar deal of, okay, let's record one, and then it'll sort of take a couple of days to get it edited, uploaded and what have you. So they're all ones that will get done eventually. But yeah, there you go. That's the covers that are coming up. In terms of me, I'm me. Yeah, this is the problem with why I don't vlog anymore, because purely I've got to that point now where I just don't really have much to say. Well, I have a lot to say, but it's usually nonsense and doesn't mean anything. The vlogs are just rambly bollocks, and why the one that I did when I was drunk on New Year's, that was why it was quite funny, because I was just so hammered that I actually just didn't realise what I was talking about, and I just chatted absolute bollocks for about 20 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to cut this vlog out here. Now you have a sort of a brief idea of what's going to come up on the channel in terms of the main channel. Yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys later. See you later.